The evil that men do lives after them. This is the case of a country who used starvation and food blockade against the innocent people of Biafra in 1967, leading to malnutrition, kwashiorkor, and all of that, culminating into deaths of over 3 million Biafran children. Today, they are passing through the same starvation that they put the Biafran people through over 50 years ago. Watch this. These are Nigerians from the southwestern part of the country struggling to gain access into a warehouse to get the little grains available for feeding. They have all gone into starvation. They have all been plunged into hunger. If you look closely into the video, you would notice that you will see even military men on their military uniform struggling to gain access and, get a bag of grains. This is the present condition of a country who put the Biafran people into starvation during the war of 1967. Today, after their evil activities and acts against the Biafran people, the God of the land is dealing with them secretly and openly. Today, they are begging for food. The same starvation they put the people of Biafra through is what they are passing through today. They find it difficult to gain something to eat, even when it is their brother who is the current commander-in-chief of the armed forces, who is the current president of the country. Yet, they could not even get common food to eat. What goes around comes around. The evil that men do lives with them and after them, because some of them are still alive. So their evil will be living with them, and those who are gone, their evil will be living after them. The evil meted on the people of Biafra, they think it is over. Little did they know that the time for reckoning is fast approaching, and today it's here. Welcome once again to this wonderful platform and a wonderful channel of truth. If you are new here, kindly click on the red subscribe button to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. It costs nothing to do so. Kindly click on the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you get details of when we drop informations on this platform. Also ensure that you like our videos, drop your comment and share widely, so that the message of truth, liberation, shall get to everyone and every nook and cranny of the land. Also, if you wish to support this channel in any way you can, kindly look below any of our videos. You would see the thanks button. Just click on it and it will take you directly to a channel where you can make donations and give your support to us. Thank you so much. Before we go into details of today's program, there is a very important announcement from the office of the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile in the person of Ekpa Simon and Njoku, and it says, the message reads, announcement. Send the list of all the communities in Biafra land where Fulani terrorists are kidnapping our people. The Operation Typhoon. The Biafra Defense Forces will embark on Operation Typhoon against all bandits and terrorists that are kidnapping Biafrans in major roads in Biafra land. We need comprehensive lists of locations to be submitted to info@biafrarepublicgov.org. 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 This is exactly the email where you are going to drop the information, the locations. Do not send to any other place. Send all the locations where the Fulani terrorists and the kidnappers are kidnapping innocent people. Send the location, because the men will be sent to those locations to ensure that the kidnappings are, stopped, put to a stop, complete stop. So send the informations to info@biafrarepublicgov.org. Submission of locations will end on the 8th of March 2024 by 12 midnight. So please ensure you send every information to info@biafrarepublicgov.org on or before the 8th of March 2024. This is the deadline. Very important message that needs to be passed across to every particular area. If you are not sharing anything, you see this one today, please kindly share and share widely so that everybody will get this information, because it is very, very pertinent that people both in the rural areas get this information and send the necessary details so that the government would help to ensure that their areas and their communities are completely safe from terrorist activities. So this is a vital information that needs to be passed across to our people, and kindly share so that they get to hear about everything that they need to know. Something happened during the 1960s in the present day Nigeria. What was that? It was coup upon coup that was supervised by some men of the Nigerian military. At the material time, they did that because of some cogent reasons that the country was going down, was nosediving, and certain officers came together to ensure that they remove the people who are in office that are plunging the country downwards, and installed people who were proactive, who could be able to lead the country in the right direction. And so that was their reasons for carrying out multiple coups. Now, a certain coup occurred that made some parts of the country believe that it looks as though it was a kind of Igbo coup, and they termed it Igbo coup. Whereas in the real sense of things, it wasn't even an Igbo coup, and the aim was to install a Yoruba man who was accepted by the people at the time. That was the essence of the coup, to retrieve the power and hand over to a Yoruba man, not even a Southeasterner, not even, because then it was the Eastern region, not even a person from the Eastern region, the present day Southeast and South. And so this culminated into very serious activities and subjugation of the eastern region. It culminated into subjugation of the eastern region, maltreatment of the eastern region, and what have you. And so the people and officers then of the eastern region revolted, and they began to say no, that things must be done right. Their entitlements must be given to them, and their people must be treated with a semblance of dignity and respect. And this led to the Aburi Accord in Ghana. This led to the Aburi Accord in Ghana. What was this accord all about? It was all about divulging powers. It was all about sending powers down to the various regions. Let the regions control themselves, and then a certain percentage will now come to the federal level, thereby reducing the amount of power controlled by the person at the head in the federal power, thereby giving the communities the ability to rule themselves, control their resources, and take care of their region to the best of their ability. This was the agreement reached in Aburi by Ojukwu and Gowon. But then, immediately they came back to Nigeria after agreeing and after signing the agreement, Aburi Accord. Gowon reneged. Gowon came back and didn't act on this accord that they have reached in Ghana. And Ojukwu said no, that this is the practical, way of solving the problem. And this is the only practical way of solving the so many problems plaguing every region in the country. And as such, this should be a welcome development. Why would Gowon go against it? And this led to the civil war. The war began, and Ojukwu categorically stated that he was going to stand on the Aburi Accord. And that was when the slogan "On Aburi we stand" started. Because when Gowon reneged on the agreement reached in Aburi, Ojukwu came back and said, no, on Aburi I stand, on Aburi we stand. And then they said they were going to rule their region, they were going to take charge of their resources, and they were going to take care of their people with their resources and with their sweat. But this didn't go well with Gowon and other members of the country. And then they saw that the Biafran people were very hardworking. They saw that the Biafran people controlled most of the things. They saw that the Biafran people were the economic hub of the country. They were industrious people, and then they need them to be able to survive. And so they said no, that they were going to go into war to ensure that they bring the Biafran people into their mix and ensure that they control everything that the Biafran people own. And that led to the war. And so they started the aggression, and because of the aggression and the incursion into the land of Biafra, Ojukwu had to defend the Biafra territory. And that was when the war broke out. Ojukwu did not go into war with anybody. Ojukwu merely defended the people of Biafra. After they have reneged on the agreement for each region, the eastern region, the northern region, the western region, to rule themselves. They disagreed for these regions to be themselves and rule themselves. And as such, that angered Ojukwu and the people of Biafra. And they said, no, we are going to defend our land and stop the incursion of these people, stop the aggression of these people. and that led to the civil war that lasted from 1967 to 1970. During that war, they discovered that they could not defeat the people of Biafra. Even with their international aid, even with whatever aid they got from both Britain, from France, from whatever country they got their support and aid from, they discovered that they could not defeat the Biafran people, that the Biafran people were resilient. And that was when the Biafran people began their, began to showcase their ingenious nature, their God-given talent. They produced weapons by themselves. They produced Ogbunigbe's, they produced armored tanks, they produced everything by themselves and defended the land of Biafra. Locally made equipments they produced by themselves and defended the land of Biafra. So they discovered they could not defeat these people. What do? What do? They now thought of another means of fighting the war, and then they blocked the source of food. The source of food importation into Biafra to sustain the children of Biafra and to sustain the people of Biafra and the army of Biafra. And then there was starvation in the land. There was serious starvation in the land. And when the soldiers of Biafra and the Ojukwu and his cabinet members saw that the starvation was too much and the people and children were dying of starvation, what do? They had to put a stop to the war to save lives of the Biafran people. To save lives. Not that they ended the war because they were defeated. Not that they ended the war because of anything, but they ended the war because of the need to save the lives of the children of Biafra and to save the lives of the old people and, the geriatric people of Biafra. They had to stop the war and surrendered to the Nigerian state at the time. But why are we saying this? After the whole evil they committed against the people of Biafra, after the whole things, after the maltreatment, the subjugation and all that they did to the people of Biafra, today, what goes around comes around. They are suffering and they are crying, and the starvation has come back to haunt them. And they are shouting from pillar to post that they are hungry and they cannot feed themselves well. They are now invading warehouses of NEMA, of government offices. They are now invading places in search of what to eat, in search of food. And they are now scattering places and invading those places. The God of Biafra is now fighting actively for the people of Biafra, and the oppressors of the Biafran people are now at the receiving end of the whole madness. So great and wonderful people of Biafra, stand firm on your resolve. Freedom is of essence. Freedom is important. Freedom is a way of life. You need to be free, my people. You need to be free, my people. And that is why you must support the Biafra Republic government in exile. That is why you must support every move to ensure that the people of Biafra are liberated. And that is why you must ensure that you support the restoration of the state, the sovereign state of Biafra. Forget about the political leaders who are eating fat from the Nigerian purse. They are less than 1% who do not want you to be free. You must take a conscious decision today. You must look around you and see that nothing is working. The Nigerian space is not working for you. And so you need a place that can work for you and work for your children and work for your generations unborn. And that only place, that saving grace, is Biafra. And you must fight. And Biafra, what does Biafra mean? Biafra means freedom of the people of the eastern region. And so you must fight for your freedom. You must fight to be free. You must fight to be free. Thank you once more for listening. It is at this point that we call it a wrap. Kindly like, subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed, and share widely. Drop your comments. And if you wish to support this wonderful channel, kindly click on the thanks button below every of our posts, every of our videos. Click on the thanks button below and give your support as the Spirit leads. Thank you once more. It is freedom. Biafra first. It is always Biafra first. Thank you for listening.